Truly living la vida loca is Ricky Martin op Groot FM 90.5 en dis presies wat ons vanaand doen. Ons leef ons beste lewe. Dis 'n klein Saterdag. Dis tyd vir nuwe musiek. Ek het ook vir jou gehad skemer met net een soen op Groot FM 90.5. 18 minute oor 7. And I am extremely excited for tonight because I feel like this is a dream come true. We had such a good chat and a blast last year talking about just like new music right here now. And I really just needed to get them back on the show. I needed to have a full conversation, seeing each other via Zoom. Wat beteken dit gaan vir jou beskikbaar wees op YouTube. Veranda Panda. Liam Jane, how are you?
Yay!
How's it? What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Listen.
It's good to be back. So good to be back on GROTER FM.
Thank you so much for bringing the vibes tonight. I felt like I needed a posse, and you guys are like literally the best duo to make things happen.
We got you.
It's so on. Let's do this.
And just bringing new music into the mix as well makes me extremely happy. So, last time we spoke, I told you the first time I heard about you guys I was still on campus radio. It was dopamine that we were playing Platwer. It was a jam. Whether you needed to pick me up on a Monday or you needed to have your Jolt track on a Friday, dopamine was there. And then I was like, I can't believe this is a South African duo. This is South African talent. Then I came to Groot FM and I felt like you like followed me because I was so happy. Then we spoke about more music together. And now you planted the seed, pun intended, for Seeds.
I see what you did there.
A new track from you guys. Seeds that came through. Well done. It is. It really is such a feel-good song.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Vanita. Yeah. It was such a fun song for us to make, and it was quite a spontaneous thing as well. And it just kind of was born out of this frustration and this moment of feeling like, Mm-hmm. And I'm just glad that some joy grew out of that. Yeah.
I've been quite surprised at it. We did it, and I thought this is going to be a fun song to perform, and the reaction from people has been amazing, especially kids.
Yes.
I can't believe how many 6 to 8-year-olds are loving this song. And if someone had said to me, where do you see yourself? I wouldn't have said making music that 6-year-olds like, but here we are.
Here we are.
Listen, the world is a crazy place. There is now something that I think is going to drop in South Africa very soon called baby techno raves, where the parents take the kids to a DJ that does like lullabies but in techno version. So I feel like they kind of feel that Liam, I can't, it's true. Maybe you'll do a Twinkle Twinkle Little Star Veranda Panda version soon, and then you can get into that. Jump on the bandwagon. Okay. Because it's not done in South Africa yet. You already know the kids love your music. I'm giving you opportunities here.
Just diversifying,
Just give me a year to think about it.
Listen, I literally a week ago used my music manager, Sharonika, as a shield when grade R pupils from a school came running towards us. So I don't think I will be joining you for that baby techno, but I will be sitting on this side just rooting for you guys.
Yeah.
The distance. Yeah. But you're doing great, guys. Keep going.
I love it. Come to the show and talk about your baby techno raves, but keep them there. But let's talk a little bit about Veranda Panda. So you guys aren't just a duo in music, you are a duo in life. You share your love for each other, you share your love for music, and it's been a really nice journey. So just a quick recap. I can tell the story, but why must I talk about the love life of others when they are here? How did everything come together? Just as a recap for tonight's vibes.
In 2010, I was emceeing a fashion show, and Jane was playing with her quartet. I was asked to make a song for the quartet. I did. She was the spokesperson, this bubbly little person who came bounding over with instructions. And I sort of said, I'm residenting at this club and you should come play with me. And I just kind of said that. And a few days later, she said, when are we doing this gig?
She jumped on stage and the rest is history.
Yeah, our first gig together was just an improv, like 3-hour set in a nightclub. She plugged her violin into the mic input in the mixer, which makes me shiver now when I think about it. But, that was the beginning. And I think for 4 to 5 years, we just learned how to play together as musicians. And we only started dating at end of 2015. Did I get that right?
No, I think it was after that.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
At least I thought it was before, not
Liam.
after. 2016. And our relationship began around 2016. Yeah, but I think as Veranda Panda, we've only really started to hit our stride in terms of what we want to do in the last 4 years, especially because now Jane left her teaching job last year and we do this full time.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you building. I love this. I think it's a really big step for you, Jane, you always, in South Africa, we call it the safe space. We call it the security. So by giving that up and fully committing to a passion, how is that feeling for you? How's the freedom, but also sometimes knowing that I now do have to make money with my music?
Sure. I mean, it has been the best thing I ever could have done, and I feel so blessed to be able to say that. It's obviously been hard and it's had its challenges, but it's definitely been the right move forward, and I'm super grateful to be where I am right now, 6 months down the line, just focusing all my energy in one direction. I'm just so excited.
Been incredible. I can't believe the stuff that's coming out of her brain. We just wrote an EP in about a month and a half.
Wow.
And she was just plucking songs out of thin air. And I've never seen her do it before.
But like you say, it's such a counterintuitive thing, because when we grow up, we're told to, have that little backup plan. But a colleague of mine actually said to me, you've got to be careful that the back door option doesn't become the front door.
Yes.
Which I thought was very wise. So it's been a wonderful year for us so far, and we're super excited with the music we're writing, as Liam said. Obviously super excited about Seeds at the moment, but then so excited about what's to come too.
This makes me excited because when I hear EP, I hear full in-studio breakdown, each track for a full hour, sitting with Veranda Panda. You just have to come to Pretoria and come to the show and bring everything you got. And then we literally we do it like a live listening session, because that's what Vibes is all about. We can do it live, we can do the listening sessions, but we also now get to listen to good music that you are currently releasing. I want to know now, from 2010 all the way up until 2025, do you feel like there has been some core aspects of Veranda Panda that has been changing for the better?
Oh, definitely. In the beginning, I think it was more of a DJ act with a violin for a good 4 to 5 years. And it was just anything that we liked, we included. And we were pushing boundaries. We cleared a couple dance floors a couple times because we're quite passionate about playing what we love. So we would get booked and people would then be quite shocked that we were playing music they'd never heard.
Yes.
But I think that has really been at the core of what we're doing here. We're not just going to give people what they want all the time, because we can only give them the best representation of ourselves. So that's what we're trying to do.
Absolutely.
So that's never changed, but we are much more of a live act now, and Jane is singing on sort of 80% of our new songs. She's really found her voice. And when I say found her voice, I mean become confident in it.
Yeah, I think that's true. And I think that part of our journey has been figuring out exactly who we are and what we are. And as a band, we had to figure that out and learn that with a lot of trial and error. But for ourselves as well, that's been such a journey. So I love where we are now, and I love how we are still growing and we're still trying to push into new avenues that feel right. So it's definitely not the end of our evolution.
But we feel the most excited now about exploring what we love and just putting it out to the world.
Yes.
I think before we were caring too much about what people thought, where we were going to fit in, who are we making happy, who are we upsetting, and now it's just like, no ways, man. We're just loving what we're doing, and we're just gonna put it out there and see how it
that makes me
goes.
so happy. It really does, because I think we, like you say, we have such a mindset when we come to the industry. You have to say, is it going to chart? Is it going to go viral? Is it going to get us a record label? Is it going to do this? And when you put all of that aside and you start focusing on your passions, then everything falls into place. So I can't wait to talk about Seeds. I can't wait to put the little connection in duo and in life when it comes to music to the test. You know, I know it's nighttime. I know it's almost school vacancy. Like, people are not wanting to do any tests, but I do have to, just so you see, because you're now doing this full time, you're in each other's company. I just have to make sure that you guys are refreshed and in sync with each other to make some good music, okay? It's not going to be too hard.
She's testing us.
It's
Okay,
so
here we go.
Maybe.
Don't goodbye say hurt. I need to hear you say yeah.
Is Felix Jean Alok in the Vamps met All the Lies op Groot FM 90.5. Daar's geen leens vanaand nie. I have my favorites on the line tonight. Veranda Panda coming through, Jane and Liam, talking about new music, talking about dropping bombs, saying they're releasing an EP this year still, and that just means they're coming to VXR Vibes for a listening session as soon as that EP drops. Now, before I test you guys, I know Liam is in the zone and he's like focused and he doesn't want to sleep on a couch tonight. Let's talk a little bit about Seeds. So I do have to say, when I listen to it, obviously, Jane, trademark when it comes to Veranda Panda is you guys are so creative with your instrumentation, specifically the violin. And then I heard it and I was like, I love how it sounds, Veranda Panda, and I do love, I hear the violin, but it's not as, like, you know, like Dopamine or Right Here Now. It was, when it dropped into a violin beat, and now I was like, ooh, it sounds different. It sounds fresh. What was the thought behind actually structuring the beats and the vibe of the song?
I think it's more about serving the music and serving the song. So I think prior to this, I would be more precious about having to include the violin because that was my sole identity in Veranda Panda, and I had to express that. But I think personally, as I'm moving more into different aspects of a little bit more songwriting and a little bit more voice and things like that, I just want to express the music in the best possible way. And whether that means the violin is going to be a strong feature in a song or not, it actually doesn't matter anymore because Veranda Panda is so much more than just that definitive thing now.
Ooh, that's so nice because, again, like you say, it's like your endless journey with evolution when it comes to your sound. So if you have to also, you did say like Seeds, what a beautiful, just like thing to think about, you know, planting a seed, growing, getting out of a situation. You did say there was a little bit of frustration in the mind when you were writing. What was the mind space and what did Liam do?
So it wasn't Liam at all. And I was driving to yoga, actually, and I just was frustrated with the way things had been going. You know, when you have one of those weeks and you kind of cast all these lines out there and you put out all these things and nothing seems to be coming back to you and you just feel like you're hitting a wall constantly wherever you turn and kind of screaming into the wind. So that was kind of the spirit of the song, and I knew that I was taking control of things because I was going to go to do a nice yoga class for my soul. But on the way there, this little thing popped into my head. And then, we kind of hashed it out and had fun with it. And we weren't even sure if we were going to release it. We just thought, this is a cool idea. Let's have some fun and see what happens. And
I just got a new computer and I just loaded the software on, and I was like, well, let me just mess around just because I need to figure this new stuff out. And a day later, the song was done.
Yeah.
So it was meant to happen. We started to realize that if something's meant to happen and you just kind of settle, it happens. You know, if you just wait for the signs and try and follow them, it'll lead you there. It's starting to feel quite freeing to know that there's some kind of crazy path that we seem to be finding. Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah, and just realizing that there's so much at work all the time, and you don't have to like anxiously hold on and try to control everything. Rather just relax, chill, and then see what happens.
So,
It's much
Liam,
more fun.
I am going to ask you, with, like you said, Jane taking on the role of writing and growing herself within Veranda Panda, how are you also interpreting her side and also growing yourself with your sound?
I think, well, before I was doing a lot more of the music stuff. So I would come at her with an idea and say, we need to add to this. Mm-hmm. Okay. So then we would add to it. But now this wonderful process has developed in the last 3 years where she sort of, I just think she plucks it from the air. I don't know how. But she plucks it out the air. She starts playing around with it, and she sort of delivers me this very raw, very uncut idea. Mm-hmm. And then I get to refine that and sharpen that and work with it. And it's been such a great process because instead of me just digging, it's almost like the metaphor would be if I'm just digging in the sand looking for something. And it could take me ages to find it. But every now and again now, Jane just comes to me and she just hands me this thing and says, there, that's what you're looking for. And then I get to work on just that one thing. So it happens quicker and it happens with more cohesion. And then what you get at the end is something that's a better representation of both of us and far stronger than if it came from just one of us. And Jane can be cheesy, so I'm there to stop the cheese.
But we love the puns that are intended, It just builds on the humor of sometimes the very hard, rushed life. But speaking about also life and sometimes how it's rushed, let's talk a bit about balance. Now, work hard, party hard, live harder. But also, how do you guys find balance when I think ideas probably just come to you when you're sitting in, like you said, on your way to yoga or you're having a dinner together. Then all of a sudden you just need to write something down. Then all of a sudden you're back into let's talk shop. So how do you actually find a balance to know when to switch that off and just talk about life and when to incorporate, your careers, your passions and your music?
Yeah, it can be tough. And I think that we work through seasons. So we have intense seasons where we do focus a lot and work a lot. But then we're trying to learn how to rest as well, which is a challenge.
We are learning how to rest. That sounds crazy because obviously we have rested. It's not like I haven't rested in the last 15 years. But we are learning now how to truly do it. So we are coming to the end of a season. A season is what we refer to as just a couple weeks where there's a lot happening. We're very focused in it. We try and tie something into it like a physical challenge or an eating challenge or something so that there feels like there's a work path. And then this Sunday we're going off to the National Arts Fest for a week to just watch shows and just get out. So we kind of are doing that. It's sort of, at the moment, our sort of system is that. It's to work for a period of time and then to stop. But I think what you were sort of alluding to is, say we go for dinner as a couple, how do we not let that work come in?
Yes.
And that is tough. We stuff that up sometimes. So we will seriously be doing things as a couple, and then it'll just switch into being about work. And it's going to be a long journey trying to figure out how to not do that.
No, it is tricky. But I think the important thing is that we're always aware of that when it does come up. And we're like, whoa, okay, relax. It's fine.
Yes.
But it is going to happen because obviously the two overlap so much and they are so much of who we are.
So let's see if we can actually shut down the work brains for like 5 seconds and get into that in-sync brain. Liam, are you ready to see if you have the knowledge to flourish?
I have the knowledge to flourish, and I believe it.
You see, I can also be cheesy sometimes. Okay, I'm going to ask a question about you guys, and then we're going to go into some music questions. First, I want to know, when it comes to making the bed, Who does it? Wowie, Liam. Okay. Congratulations. That's one better than me. When it came to your first date, who made the first move?
Ooh, was it you? Oh, it was you.
Okay.
Okay.
Liam 2, Jane 0. Okay, let's see if we can get some questions where Jane is in that.
I'm just happy to be here. I'm okay. No, spirit prize.
Who said I love you first? Liam.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, look at him. He's just such a catch. What can I do?
What can you do? Make good music, makes the first move, handles your cheesiness. It works. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see if we can get one. When it comes to planning the trips, who plans them?
Me.
There we go.
Yes.
Okay.
1 point.
3-1. Okay. When it comes to motivating each other on a day where you really just don't want to get out of bed, who's the one who's the motivating?
Probably you.
Oh, that's a tough one.
It is a tough one, but I would say you.
Okay, me.
Okay. Look how he just took the point. He wasn't even like,
He's like,
maybe.
It's
No.
kind of 60-40.
Okay. Well, can we split it in like a half point each?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would do that.
3.5.
Okay. By the count of 3, I want you guys to answer the question at the same time, and who answers first gets the point. Okay. I'm going to say the question, and then I'm going to count to 3. You see, this works better when you're in studio, so that's just more, motivation for you to come and visit. What is the name of your first single released? 1, 2, 3.
Kind of a Sunday. Jane beat me.
Yes.
There we go. Okay. I like that. When it comes to seeds, what is the second line? 1, 2, 3.
They didn't know we were seeds.
Down to the river.
Oh, it is. Jane's right.
There we go. If I say the word, what pops into your brain first? Stage. 1, 2, 3.
Lights.
Sure, I can't do one. Do you know what popped into my head is the beginning of the Greatest Showman song. Ah,
I mean,
that's what I think.
Preach it, girl, preach it. It's the greatest
Yeah.
show. Okay, when I say the word love, what's the first thing that pops into your head? 1, 2, 3.
Purple Heart. She said Oscar, which is our rabbit.
Oh, cute, man.
He's around somewhere.
He's here somewhere.
Oh, cute. And last but not least, when I say Veranda Panda in 2026, what are you saying?
UK.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree with you.
I love
Yeah.
this. I'll be taking it international.
Yes.
Yeah, we want to.
I
We're
love
excited
it.
to do that.
I can be a roadie. I can carry the bags, and I can play a mean triangle.
Absolutely. It's so on.
Guys, I do have to say, Liam, you won this round. Why were you nervous?
Did I win? I just scraped in there.
No, it was very good. Well done.
But well done for remembering who made the first move, remembering your roots, and also just putting positive energy for Veranda Panda out there. If there is one last message that you would like to give with seeds for someone who sometimes just need a bit of a vibe, but also have something that hits a bit deeper than just a normal pop song, what would that message be?
Look, the message I think really is that there is so much oppressive information out there. And it's very easy to believe that the world is a dark, dangerous place and we're all going to die from, a million different things. But it's not.
I think, universally, there's so much bad that's fed to us, but you just need to have an interaction with a beautiful person that you meet, or be part of a community to realize that we are all connected and we are all so full of love, and we need to make that our focus and that the thing that we lean into more.
A miracle is a shift in perspective. Something can look terrible, and if you shift your perspective, it can be beautiful. And hopefully music is one of the things that allows you to do that. So I think that's it.
Yeah, and if
Beautiful.
things are bearing you, just don't stress about it because you will rise up and be a seed that grows into something beautiful.
Look at that.
Yeah.
We always say, grow where you are planted, so plant the seed where you are needed.
Absolutely.
Ooh, drop that bomb.
Yeah.
We drop bombs.
Boom!
Guys, I can't thank you enough for really just sharing your heart, sharing your music, and creating the vibe on a Wednesday night. A klein Saterdag, but with groot vibes. And this is not the first time. I actually was sneaky, and I played this before our interview on a Friday night because I just needed some good music in my show. So not the first time, and also not the last time on VXL Vibes and on Groot FM 90.5. I'm pressing the button now. Look at it. Oh, nou is dit mos nou 'n Woensdag. Dis Veranda Panda met Seeds.